Now it's time to talk about the church. What's your image of the church? When you think about the church, what comes to mind? The building, the Pope, St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, your parish, a place to pray, a place of healing, a community. I like to think of the Catholic Church as a big family, a family of faith, the biggest family in the world. There are more than 1.2 billion Catholics in the world and more than 80 million Catholics in the United States alone. That's a big family. This family, the church, is made up of people like you and me. We're pilgrims, all pilgrims together on a journey. And when we're at our best, we form dynamic communities. People need community. You need community. I need community. We need people to do life with. Others who can encourage us and challenge us. We need others to live for us so that we don't get swallowed up in our own selfishness. We need people to do life with. Paul tells us in Romans chapter 12, verse 5, that we are all one body. The right hand cannot leave the body. It needs the body and the body needs it. Without the body, the right hand's useless. In the same way, we need each other. We need the church and the church needs us. We are the church. So when you don't show up, something is missing. When you don't show up, the church can't fulfill its mission. So I hope you'll continue to show up or start showing up. And more than just showing up, I hope you'll get involved by sharing your talents, your energy, and your compassion with your spiritual family, the church. On any Sunday, you can just wander into your local church for Mass. But the first Christians, they didn't have it so easy. The early Christians were persecuted both by the Jews and the Roman Empire. From the earliest times, Christians have been discriminated against, tortured, and murdered for their faith. And you might be tempted to think, well, that's all behind us now. That would be a mistake. This is still happening in many parts of the world today, right now. Go on the internet and Google persecution of Christians today, and you'll be amazed at how Christians are being persecuted all around the world right now, today. That's right. More than 2,000 years later, Christians are still being beaten and murdered because of their faith. And in modern nations like America that are becoming increasingly secular, public policy is being used to discriminate against Christians more with every passing day. Life for the first Christians was not easy, so why were so many people attracted to their way of life? You see, the ancient world was brutal, cold, and impersonal. And by contrast, Christianity was warm, caring, and deeply personal. The first Christians modeled a more humane, compassionate, noble, and loving way of life. And that was phenomenally attractive to people. This is why people were joining them 1,000 at a time, even though joining them meant risking their lives. In the first century, the church was organized around Agape Love. Let's talk about that. What is Agape Love? Agape Love is a choice we make to love another person regardless of whether or not he loves us back. It means that you choose to love someone even if he's your enemy. Agape Love is not based on emotion in any way. In fact, it may at times be contrary to every emotion you have. Agape Love is a choice. It's an act of the will. Agape Love is unconditional love. It's the love that sets aside self-interest. It is the love that Jesus modeled for us, and it's the love that Jesus calls us to. This kind of love was profound, revolutionary, countercultural, and attractive 2,000 years ago. And you know what? It's profound, revolutionary, countercultural, and attractive today. I mean, who doesn't want that kind of love? In some ways, the church has lost this. And we need to get it back. We need to get this agape love back at the center of our communities. The church needs your help to do that. You see, life for the early Christians was not easy. And life for a modern Christian is not easy. It's difficult to love people who ridicule or hurt you. It's difficult to be discriminated against because of your beliefs. It's difficult to stand up for objective truth in a society that thinks truth is whatever the majority decides. It's difficult to be a good Christian. But that shouldn't be a surprise. Jesus didn't say, follow me and you will have a comfortable life. He didn't teach, follow me and I will make things easy for you so you never have to worry about anything. No, he didn't mince his words. He made it very clear from the very beginning when he said, you know what, if you want to follow me, then you got to deny yourself and take up your cross and then come and follow me. He did, however, offer this path as the way to fullness of life. Now, and for eternity. And He promised to send us His Holy Spirit to guide us, to encourage us, and to inspire us. The world needs more agape love. This is the love that Jesus calls us to. Just as the ancient world was brutal and cold, distant, impersonal, and ruled by self-interest, so is the modern world. As modern society abandons Christianity, the world becomes more and more like it was before the birth of Christianity. All around us, there's plenty of evidence that the harsh, impersonal, cold brutality of the pagan world is taking a hold on modern society. The rise of Christianity changed the world with agape love. When Christianity is truly lived, it's warm, it's inviting, it's caring, it's deeply personal, and it is phenomenally attractive because it sets self-interest aside. The world needs a new and massive wave of agape love. Are you willing to be part of that? We're at another one of those decision points. Agape love was profound and revolutionary 2,000 years ago, and it remains profound and revolutionary 2,000 years later. How many of your peers are walking the halls lonely and depressed? How many don't feel loved? Where is their hope? What gets them through the day? You see, agape love, it's not just a concept. It's a revolutionary invitation for you and me to reach out to other people and to share with them the love of God.